We're at the 21st here, I guess, today. Oh, there's a palindrome in there somewhere.
Year of.
Okay. Mistake one. I will edit that to show you that you can edit to make correct mistakes. I probably have a few checks I need to cancel. There we go. Thanks, Lily. So now that that is correctly named, I'll actually pretend I didn't make the typo. I will edit it this time for the purpose I'm about to show. And the very first step is to assign the current user to this package. That creates affinity between the target environment, this user, and whatever's in this package. That's kind of locking them in so that in future, if you realize you've missed something, as I did, I actually forgot the custom forms last night when I practiced. So I had to reopen it, add the custom forms into the package, save it again, and then redeploy it again. Anyway, by assigning the user, the package is now aware that you're ready to go. And so down here, if you want, there's a couple other spots. We actually use this when we're deploying packages into our AtAppStore. There's a number of free and paid apps that you can deploy into your Workfront environment, and this is how we set those up. But skipping past that kind of retail part, from which Workfront environment is just to remind you that you're pointing at the right one. This is the my source production environment. And now we get into the good part. So if anyone was late, you came in just at the right time. So this is where we can choose from not every object. We've only covered the things we really needed historically. But what I'll do is I'm going to look over on the left into my production environment and just remind myself of which of each of these items it is that I have in front of me for my current need. So I'll move down to the dashboard, which is called a portal tab within Workfront's API or its data model. And then I can scroll down here or type just ecal hot sheet status, which is the dashboard that I want. And because I've said include child objects, it also automatically grabs all of the reports for me automatically. That's what these 5 portal sections are. Those are the reports. The tab is the dashboard itself. And then, as you might know, when you create a report, each report also gets a view, a group by, and a filter that go along with it. So next, moving on, I can skip the reports because I can see that they came along when I grabbed the dashboard. I'll go to portfolios here and grab the ecal dinner options portfolio, the ecal barbecue, griddle, pizza, and vegan items. So those are the 4 that actually belong to the portfolio and effectively are the child objects that one of these days will come along for the ride when I check that box. But they're there now. And there they are, just to confirm.
So Doug,
yeah.
When you're on program and you say include child objects, shouldn't it grab the projects also?
That one is a little more debatable. If you delete a portfolio or program within Workfront, it doesn't delete the projects, it just disassociates them. So maybe worth discussing. But thanks. Okay, so to that point, let's go to the projects. And I'm on the projects tag. Yeah, so there's ecal, home cooked barbecue and griddle and so forth, and then some takeout pizza stuff all the way down to about there. Those are all the ones I care about. Better 15, 15, 15, all good. I included the child objects, so I got all of the tasks underneath each of those. I don't see any hours or notes, but if I had any, they would have come along as part of the child objects, in case you're wondering. And so the last one is the custom forms, and those are called categories. For those of a certain vintage, you'll remember that phrase. And so I'll zip down and get anything that rhymes with ecal. I think there's 6, yep. And just push them across like that. Okay, so now my package has all of the contents that I'm interested in within it. I'll save, redundant, but superstitious, and click done. So now we'll move on to pointing to the target environment and deploying the package. I'll log out. Then I will log in this time to my target environment, which is my preview. There we go. And demo 1 is ready to deploy. So it'll just highlight, are you sure this is where you want to go? And it'll actually do a test first to make sure that you're connected properly and give a bit of a summary of what it's about to do. We'll give that a second to just churn through. I missed deleting the actual, okay, so this is kind of like the project portfolio cascade comment that we discussed a moment ago. I deleted the custom forms from my test run that I did last night, but it simply disassociated the custom form from the underlying parameters. So there's probably a bunch of parameters in this environment still that that were used on these custom forms. Maybe it's good that you're seeing me think through some of this. These would be real-time, real-life decisions you'd be making too as you work your way through your own situations. I got most of them. So there's 5 more that didn't match the pattern. We'll run the deploy. And this part will take about a minute to roll through. But what I'm going to do is just start refreshing these tabs on this side. There you go. So now we've got 94 custom fields. And now my forms are all there. Yep, 15 projects. There it comes. That's the full log. There's my portfolio now. There's my reports. And in preview, we've now got our data, just like its originating sibling in production up above. End of demo.